Most guys are not really aware of their body language. And because of this, it makes it hard for them to know exactly if they're showing off attractive body language. For example, walking. When you learn how to walk like a more attractive man, it's actually gonna help with first impressions. And I know something like this sounds a little funny. Like, wow, just another thing that we gotta do. Listen, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. All I know is when you are utilizing something like this in terms of walking more attractive, you're just gonna naturally come off more confident. And it's gonna help you in the long run, and it's gonna be better for your body in general. For example, before you walk anywhere, you wanna make sure that your shoulders are up and back and down. That is gonna give you some of the best posture. Versus, let's say, your shoulders are forward. Naturally, some of us do this, and when it's cold outside, or it's cold anywhere, you naturally just kind of hunch over and you compress your body because you're trying to get warmth. So again, you push your shoulders back and down, and then I want you to imagine an invisible string that is above your head. Okay, imagine that. Imagine that string that's connected to your spine now being pulled up. What would happen to your body? Well, you'd probably move upward like this. And you can already see the difference here. Right now, I'm completely hunched over, even my shoulders are forward. But now if I just change my shoulders back, shoulders down, lift up the invisible string, now I have a lot better posture. Doesn't matter as much when you're sitting, but this video is not talking about sitting, we're talking about walking. And you wanna have that kind of posture when you're walking anywhere. Not just to be attractive and for first impressions, but like I said, so it's going to be better for you in general. You're gonna feel better, you're gonna breathe easier, it's gonna be more comfortable. Next, take your hands out of your pockets, if you can help it. Again, sometimes you're walking, exceptions, it's really cold, but try to take your hands out of your pockets. It's going to look less stiff. You look very stiff when your hands are just shoved in your pockets. You look again like you're trying to compress your body, and there's this subtle interpretation of that where it looks a little bit like you're just nervous, like you're anxious, like you're scared, almost like you don't want to be there, almost like a wallflower. If you ever look at any alpha male type figure in the movies, they don't have their hands shoved in their pockets while they're walking. Instead, their hands are out, their hands are loose, and they're just moving with their body as they're walking. Now to get a little bit more advanced, and this is not for when you're just like walking across the street or walking to your next destination, but if you're walking into a bar, you're walking into a party, you want slow movement. Slow movement is always gonna look better because it's gonna look more controlled and more relaxed and more comfortable, and that just screams charisma. Someone who's not rushed or anxious or nervous, because that person is gonna be really fast, making quick movements, and they won't be as controlled. You also wanna work on having more relaxed body language. This might not happen as much when you're walking, just a little bit. You're gonna open your arms a little bit more. You might spread your legs just a little bit more. Again, this is going with the idea of being comfortable and relaxed and taking up some of that space. That means that you're not scared to take up space, which therefore makes you subtly look more confident. And then when you're stopped, when you're at a destination, maybe you're at a bar, you finally go up and talk to somebody, spread your legs just a little bit, more than natural. That has to do with what I said earlier, taking up space. Because the more that you can be comfortable with taking up space, the more comfortable you're going to appear. Also, when you're walking, you want to look up and out. I'm talking about when you're going into some sort of social situation. Doesn't mean you have to be doing this every single time you're walking down the street, but it does still help and you do look a little bit better. Look up and out. Don't be looking down when you're walking, right? This is gonna be really strange. Don't look down when you're walking. Don't even look forward. Look up, look over. That's gonna help with your posture and keeping a more strong frame. You'll actually see me do this just a little bit, and you'll see some good body language in one of my approaches that I do. There's a link down below to a 17-minute approach, and I break down the whole thing. So you watch me approach a girl flirt with her, get her number, and I'm pausing throughout and explaining why I'm doing what I'm doing. And it's really, really helpful for you if you want to go and do some cold approaches. So check that out, it's free down below. This is going to take a while. I still practice this to this day. It takes time to get comfortable in your body when you're undoing years and years of repetitive actions that are not what we're talking about today. See what you can do with it, utilize it, practice it, and eventually you'll get it.